So look, we're going to make our way down onto the back of the body to begin with. Grab any extra sort of props that you might want or you might need. I've got a bolster with me. I've got 2 blocks and a belt. If you want to quickly go and grab them, if you need them, then please do. But we'll take a lie-in position. We'll have a wriggle and a fidget. And then maybe a long breath in. Even longer breath out. Allowing everything to sink towards the back of the body. It might be for the first time today that you're able to give yourself permission to slow down. It's maybe now that we start to reestablish our yogic breathing or our yogic breath for this class, the Visamafriti that we take, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 8. And you can pick this up and put this down whenever you feel like it's needed. It might be throughout every single pose throughout the whole class. It might be at times when the mind goes a bit wandering, gets chatty. In this week's email, it kind of echoes what we do in this class really well. The little quote that I included in the email was from an unknown source. And it was remember that the compass was built before the watch, and our destination or our journey, our intention, our direction is more important than the duration it takes. I'm sure you've heard me over the last couple of years that in this class is it only takes an 8 out of 10 effort over the couple of minutes we hold things to find change, to find adaptation in the mobility and flexibility. We don't have to push our bodies. We don't have to force ourselves into anything. Our intention and our direction is towards softness, towards calm, towards a slowing of the body and a quietening of the mind. We've got a few minutes throughout each pose to do that. We're going to start our physical practice by bringing knees into chest, hands around the front of the knees. It might be a little press of the tailbone towards the floor. For these first few moments, there might even be a little rock from side to side, soothing the lower back into the floor. It might be that you're quite enjoying taking both knees, hands around the front of both knees. Or that you can take each knee and each hand towards each armpit. More of a diagonal direction. It might be that you stay with knees together or knees apart, or you can make your way to happy baby, taking feet towards the ceiling. Hands to ankles, insides of the feet or outsides of the feet. We draw our attention and intention inward. We're going to find 5 more breaths here. 5 more inhales, 5 more exhales. We can release feet, release knees. Bringing the feet to the floor. We're going to make our way towards a supported bridge pose, finding either a block, a cushion, maybe a bolster, underneath the back of the pelvis. And you can either keep feet flat on the floor, knees bent, or extend the legs as we look to open the front of the body after when it all closed off, an inflection throughout happy baby. Find variation that suits you. Return to the breath. We're going to find 5 more breaths in our bridge pose. And slowly lifting the hips, removing your prop from underneath you. And we'll gently rock up to a seated position, legs extended. And once we find legs extended, we'll have a little lift through the crown of the head, pushing down into fingertips. Maybe there's a couple of blocks in front of you or your bolster. So we hinge from the hips and then let the spine round. Finding our props underneath the forehead. For Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. With the next inhale, we're going to gently roll back up the spine. We'll take a gentle twist to the left. And inhale through center, we'll take a twist to the right. And coming back to center. We'll push our blocks to one side. We'll swing the legs out underneath us, making our way to a toe squat, tucking toes and bringing hips onto heels. I know for some this is quite uncomfortable, not your favorite position to be in. You can get blocks and bolsters between the ankles if you want to raise the hips up a little more and untuck the toes. But we're going to open the front of the body once again. It might be with your belt, or it might be hands clasped behind you, and with an inhale, straighten arms. Modify this pose as much as you need to. This is going to be our shortest pose of the evening. Just a 2-minute. You can release hands. We'll gently push forward, releasing toes. Give the tops of the feet a little tap on the floor, just to give the body something else to think about. And then we'll flow through a couple of cat-cows, finding some undulation of the spine. The inhale, we drop the belly, raise tailbone and chin. Exhale, round everything out. Moving in your own time, at the speed of your own breath. Nice. And as we come back through a neutral spine, we'll step the left foot to the outside of the hands. Heel toeing that foot forward so that the fingertips are in the middle of the arch of the foot. If you need to slide that back knee back, or find padding underneath that back knee, please do. But we'll let the hips sink forward. It might be that you stay up on palms. It might be that you find forearms to blocks, cushions, or the floor. We begin to find the breath once again. If we're down on forearms, we'll come back up onto palms. We'll gently push the hips back, slide in left leg back behind us. There might be a little push through the heel to release any tension. And then we'll bring left knee under left hip, stepping right foot forward to the outside of the hands. Heel toe in the foot forward. Finding your blocks, your bolsters, palms, forearms. And once you're settled, finding the breath. You can slowly come back up onto palms. Push the hips back. Slide right foot back. Push through that heel. And then swing the legs out underneath us. Extending them out in front. We're going to make our way to Marichayasana. Sliding right foot back towards us. Stepping it over left leg. Right hand behind right hip. The inhale lifts us. It might even lift the left arm so we find that extension. And exhale. Moving towards our twist. Elbow to the outside of the knee or the crook of the elbow around the front of the leg. But every inhale can lift us, and every exhale can move into the space left behind once the breath leaves. We'll gently release our twist. We'll step the right foot back over, extending the right leg. And then sliding left foot back. We step it over right leg. Left hand behind left hip. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we twist. Slowly releasing our twists. We'll step the left leg back over right. We'll take the right shin down the long edge of our mat, the left shin across the short edge as we move almost instantly towards deer pose, creating this box around the hips and taking a little hinge forward. Again, find all the comfy bits that you need to find to make this pose your own. We're focusing on that left hip. Slowly inhale for 4, exhale for 8. We can slowly come back up onto palm, taking our time. Absolutely no rush. Swing the legs out round us. Bringing the right leg in front, the left leg down the long edge of your mat. And then maybe finding palms, forearms, bolsters, blocks. Slowly come back up onto palm. We'll roll our bolsters or our blocks out of the way. And then we'll swing the legs out underneath us, coming down onto the front of the body, forehead to forearms. We're going to look to open the front of the body one last time. Either keeping forehead on forearms or coming up onto forearms. Finding Sphinx pose. Lifting through the crown of the head. Elbows can be underneath the shoulders or anywhere further forward. Your body's feeling quite open this evening. Maybe you slide hands forward just a few inches and extend through elbows. Increasing that back bend. Slowly bring the chest towards the floor once again. We'll push through tabletop, taking knees as wide as the edges of our mat, big toes together, hips to heels, forehead to floor. Child's pose. Continue to find those longer exhalations. Maybe even a little roll of the forehead across the top of the mat, stimulating the nerve endings in the forehead. Taking our time, we make our way to Shavasana, our final resting pose. Grabbing any extra layers you may want or you may need. Whether it's blankets, cushions, duvet. But bring the back of the body to the floor. Release any breathing practice. Your natural rhythm flow. Maybe reiterate to the body, giving yourself permission for deep rest once again. Slowing down. Let the shoulders drop away from ears. Maybe there's a wiggle of the jaw and frown the forehead. The tongue fall into the back of the mouth. And take the next few minutes entirely for you. However long you want to take. I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you for practicing with me today. You enjoyed it. Hope it sets you up for a wonderful rest of your week. See you all again.